Hello friends, and welcome to week, what is this? Six of the PPL. We are up against our good friend Hera. Yeah, this is a pretty hype match. There's only one little problem. I built this team like a month ago, and I barely remembered what any of it did, so the early turns are really bad. Just spoiler alert. Yeah, I didn't know what this team was trying to do at the time because my teams are always very specific with a game plan, and I just completely forgot my game plan. But let's go over his team. He brought the Gardevoir, Greninja, Empoleon, Mega Venusaur, Zapdos, and Garchomp. Garchomp, I'm expecting it to be like Rocks Yachi, maybe offensive. Zapdos, I saw a lot of Scarf. I think maybe it would be Spadef. Venusaur, I expected defensive. Empoleon, I expected some sort of mixed defense to handle stuff like Stacka and Glalie and maybe Araquanid or Keldeo, whatever. Greninja, offensive, of course. I believe it's also one of his Z-Mons. And Guard, I wasn't sure what to expect. Maybe Scarf, maybe Calm Mind. I really didn't know. Wish could have been very bad. Focus Blast is always a threat when I have a Stack Attacka. But anyway, let's go into my team. I have a Rocks Dual Stab Trick Room Stacka. Basically puts in a lot of work once the Empoleon and the Venusaur are gone, and I can get up a Trick Room. So that's sort of the goal. And to help me do that, I have Keldeo and Araquanid to help whittle down things like Venusaur and Empoleon, because those are the main Venusaur and Empoleon switch-ins. Araquanid is a Soak Toxic infestation set to beat Venusaur. Keldeo is just Spec-Keld. I believe it's Spec-Keld. And Hydreigon is Scarf with Dual Stab U-Turn Defog because I wanted Rocks off for Araquanid. Uxie is pretty much the win con. It is a sub-Calm mindset with T-Bolt Psyshock, and it kind of just fists his whole team because Psyshock fists his whole team aside from Greninja. So that's what that is. And Glalie is just offensive Super Fang, Earthquake, Spikes, Double Edge. It's a nice lure for Empoleon and other things of that ilk. Because yeah, I was expecting Garchomp to not creep max speed or something like that. I don't remember exactly why, but I knew that if he wanted to bring a more defensive team, then just running Jolly Double Edge was all I needed to sort of break through. Yeah, so let's just jump right into it. He's going to lead Zapdos as I lead Hydreigon. I'm going to click Dark Pulse because I don't want a Draco, as he reveals that he's Scarfed. And I'm like, alright, cool. I'm going to Dark Pulse and 39%. And here's an issue. I don't know what my Gardevoir switch-in is at this point. I think my play should have been going into Stacka, or a better play would have been to maybe look over my team or bring different Pokemon, because this Gardevoir is a huge pain because that is max HP, and I'm going to go into my Uxie, which is my win con, which is really stupid as I'm going to take max damage. I expected Fizz Def based off the fact that it was max HP. I'm going to hard into Stacka and then just bank on him being like a Wish Calm Mindset with like Wish Protect, Calm Mind, maybe Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Ball for Uxie, and just things of that nature. I was like, he probably doesn't have Focus Blast. That'd be silly. He has an Empoleon, he has a Garchomp, he has a Greninja, Venusaur, all this stuff kind of takes on Stacka anyway. He doesn't need the coverage for this, and even if he does, I'm going to dodge. And Casillas, like a true champion, catches the ball, and unfortunately it kills him. In comes my Araquanid. I know I could force anything out with my Liquidation. Yeah, I do a clean 65%, so I know it's max speed. It's no bulk whatsoever. He U-turns. I should have stayed in. That was kind of a misplay on my part. I didn't think he would T-bolt, and I lived one anyway, but I really just didn't want to take unnecessary damage when I needed it to kill the Venusaur at the moment. Even though I had an Uxie that can kill the Venusaur, for some reason I really felt like I needed this to kill it. But whatever, I didn't read him U-turning, so I go into my Hydreigon and I have to lose another Pokemon. So in comes the Araquanid, as it takes way more damage than I really wanted to. I debated going for a different move, but I was like, meh, who cares? He protects, so that's really, I don't know what his set is. I'm just going to Liquidation again. I really wanted to go into my Keldeo on this turn, expecting him to go into the Empoleon, but, or better yet, to Infestation, either one I really wanted to do, but I figured that he could have just sacked the Zapdos, and it would have made my play look really stupid. So I just Liquidation, as it does a clean 30, and that tells me that he's Spadef. And then he returns and he crits me, and that's really annoying because now the returns are going to put me in range of like all sorts of not fun stuff. As you can see, I went for Scalds, and I wanted to click Icy Wind, but I figured he'd stay in, so I made a really boring mid-ground play and clicked Scald instead of Hydro, or instead of Secret Sword, and in came the Venusaur anyway. So hindsight is 2020. I should have just Secret Sworded, because Venusaur was coming in regardless, whether I killed the Empoleon or not, and Scalding or Secret Swording didn't do anything. But also, I was very afraid of Guard coming in, so I didn't want to click a fighting move, which is understandable considering my team makeup right now. I'm going to hard into Uxie, as he hard Sludge Bombs. He does not poison me, thankfully, and I'm going to make the big boy play and predict him to switch out, and I'm going to go for a Substitute. And the Substitute will then let me get a kill with T-Bolt, as that kills the Empoleon from that range, and I get to go up in sub. And here is a really big choke on my end. I know it's Scarfed, and I know that he likely will go for U-turn, but for whatever reason I'm like, maybe he just stays in and then I don't kill him with T-Bolt, and then he just kills my Uxie, and then me just sitting here now in hindsight being like, that's stupid, why would he sack his Zapdos like that, or like, why would he make that play? He could just U-turn to break the sub, go into Greninja, because no human would T-Bolt here. And yeah, I wanted to T-Bolt, but I didn't think it would kill, and so I Psyshock, and I basically just lose a Pokemon here. I go into Keldeo to sack it. If I didn't get crit with the return, I might have lived that Hydro, which would have been lovely. But here comes the Zapdos sack that I was talking about beforehand. And here I'm like, alright, something has to die. Goodbye, Uxie. As he reveals Draco, and I expected Dragonium there. And here I'm just like, alright, maybe he's not max speed, or even better, he's at -2. I'm gonna get a kill here. Hopefully he sacks his Venusaur or his Gardevoir, because I need one of those dead in order for me to win. Unfortunately, no, he decides to just sack his Garchomp, and he's a mixed chomp. But thankfully that means he just dies through the Yachi Berry from my double edge. Unfortunately, I decide to sack my Araquanid, essentially. That crit's really annoying because I needed health on it. But I felt like I needed Glalie, so I didn't want to switch it out, because I needed Glalie to kill the Venusaur, and Glalie was the only thing that killed Guard. So, and I didn't think I would get crit. I figured he'd just U-turn or Shuriken and not pulse, because if he pulsed I could have went Hydreigon, which hindsight Hydreigon was the sack, not the Araquanid, but I really thought he'd just click U-turn because U-turn killed the Glalie from there, and yeah, I don't know. So in comes the Venusaur, as I'm going to hard into Hydreigon, and I end up dying. I forget why I made that play, but here I am. He does in fact sack his Gardevoir, making the good play. I could have Earthquaked or Super Fanged or something and kept my Glalie alive for this situation. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to kill because I don't have Protect, so I can't like Infestation Protect him. And I get the defense drop on this turn now that it's irrelevant, as he just clicks Z-move and Hydro Vortexes me. And that ends up being the game. It's 2-0 to Hera. Banefica beats Popplio in a very close 2-0. And I say very close as if I didn't completely just get washed this game. So, GG to Hera. I really wish I knew what my team did for the first few turns. Because by the time I realized, oh right, this Uxie's the win con, it was at like 30%. And I was like, well, this is stupid now. But anyway, next week we play Styx, and I've never gotten to play Styx. I've been playing, I played Danza last week, so I get to play another TTM member next week. So that'll be exciting. Yeah, we're 3-3 right now at neutral, so that's cool. I don't think we're promoting, but whatever. We'll have to see how the season ends up. Anyway, until next time, peace.